Okay, Ag Mechanics, let me go over how to do our doors and windows and submit those. So once you are in a Homestyler, you will need to go to your tab and then click on My Designs. When you click on My Designs, this will be the window that you see. Okay, what you want to do is you want to open your project from the other day, okay? Whatever you saved it as. So I'm going to go with house plan example. Now I know this website is a little bit slow and it may take you a little bit of time to open it. When you get to this window, it'll say private and you'll see something that looks very similar to this. What you want to do is click on edit. Okay, now once you click on edit, all right, it's going to render. And then you got to click on this blue button right here where it says, all right, go to render. So that's going to be the next thing you click. All right, so when you click on that, your design that you drew yesterday is going to slowly appear on this website. Now, you may have a couple problems with your doors and windows, and this is just what I want to cover today. So let me zoom out of here as this loads. Okay, so you have your project and it's drawn. Now, if everything goes smoothly, what will happen is you will simply click on a single door and you will go to the location of your door and you will click on it on that wall segment. It will tell you how far away that it is spaced out from the door. Now, if you noticed, it did not show up in my blueprint. So what I want to do is I want to go over here. I'm going to drag this out a little bit. Slowly. This program works. Okay, you can see my top right window right here, right? You can see how it's showing on the top right. So although it may not appear on your blueprint that you're looking at, you can still see it in the rendered 3D quality, which is fine. That's what we want to see, okay? So if it doesn't show up, that's all right. As long as you see it in this top right-hand window, right, you will be in good shape, okay? And then you're going to do the same for the windows, right? Now look, on your doors and windows, it doesn't have to be exact. I do not expect you to measure for this. So just use an approximation. So if my bedroom had one window on each side, right, all I would do is click on the window. If it was in the middle of the bedroom, you can see my distances on both sides, right? Just get them pretty close. 5'2", 5'4" is probably about as close as I'm going to get that to center. So I'm just going to click on my window. Now you did see how you can notice how my window did appear on there, and you can also see it on your design where it shows up. Okay. Now, if you really want to get high tech, what you can do, right, is click on the model library. So when you click on that model library, you're going to get a list of items, right? If you go up here to where that little drop down is, you can click on Windows. And what's going to happen is you're going to get a whole thing to pop up. So if you want to try to make your windows look as close as possible to your house, all right, you can scroll through and find what you want. So if that's the window I wanted, I would click on that window. I would come to my bedroom, or tell you what, let's put it in front of our house here. Let's put it right here on the side. Okay. Once again, if that's in the center, I'm just looking at my measurements. I want to get it as close to possible as centered. I don't think I'm going to get much better than that. And then I'm going to click where I want it to go. Okay. Program, go. Sometimes this program is a little finicky. So there we go. So as you can see, once again, it did not show up in my design. But if I roll through here, okay, you can see how now it's on my design. So there I am right there, right? So now I can see it in my window. So you can see the difference between that window. Sorry. All right. Let me pop this thing out. I can show you a little bit better this way. All right, now I can move around a little bit. So you can see the difference in the way my two windows look. If I spin this thing around, right, you can see the difference in my two windows. Roll a little bit further, kind of come around. Ooh, 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 ooh. This thing wants to cooperate. Anyway, you can see the difference on here. All right. So here's my little thingy that I want right here. So now what I want to do is spin around to the right. And if your thing doesn't cooperate, it's okay. But I just want you to see that your windows will be here even though it does not appear on your blueprint. So as long as you can see it in this window, you will be okay, right? Now, the other question was, right, what if you had a wall that had a square archway? Okay, so let me go back and show you that. If you had a square, like coming out of a dining room into a kitchen or a dining room into a living room, you will click on that square wall opening. You will click where it needs to go. Oopsies, clicked on the wrong spot. And then you will click, right? And even though it's not showing up on my blueprint there, it should show up on your little window, okay? Which is the most important thing. So as long as you can see it, ooh, 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 in your little design, you will be in good shape. Okay, so that's how you insert those in there. All right, now I know this isn't the best program to use for actual design, but for our purposes, it's going to be okay. So there we go. Now you can see our little entranceway. So now we have the square entranceway on there as well. Okay, so that's how you actually do the square wall openings. So basically for today, what you need to do is you need to put in your doors and windows of your house. If you have the capability to name them, which you should, right? You just click on that wall and if it works correctly, which sometimes this thing does not, okay, you should be able to rename that. So there we go. I'm going to click on my grid squares. Every time you need to reset, just click on your grid squares. No way. No way. And if you can't name it, it's okay. I'm not going to take off any points because you're not aiming it, because sometimes it'll let you and sometimes it won't. It's a little finicky program, okay? So let me go over how you actually submit this. So I'm going to click save, and it takes a minute to save. All right, now these directions that I'm going to share with you can be found right here in Ag Mechanics, right? If you go to your modules, right, there are directions on how to submit this. So once you draw your doors and windows, there we go. So once you draw your doors and windows and you click save, right, the next thing you want to do is open up the housing data sharing your design, okay? So once you click on sharing your design, there is a document on there that has these directions for step by step, okay? So I'm going to click on here, all right, and right, mark your plan as public. Go to File, select Share, press the copy button, and then submit it on here. So to kind of walk you through that, once you have it saved, you're going to go to File, Share the project. You have to make this public. If you don't make it public, I won't be able to see your design. So you have to mark that as public. You click copy. You see the little window that popped up. You go to this document. You submit paste. Boom. There's my link right there. And then all you would do is you would submit that to me. It's very, very simple and very, very easy to do. Okay. So this has to be turned in before 6:30 on Monday morning. So that gives you all of today and Saturday and Sunday to get this done. This does count as an honors grade. It's also as a performance-based measurement. So please make sure you submit that before 6:30. If you have any problems, let me know. And I hope y'all have a great break. And I'll see y'all back in class after the new year.